Hello everyone, who is striving to conquer the English language. Welcome to our channel, where we learn English easily and engagingly through captivating stories. Today, we have a special topic that is a cornerstone of successful language learning, especially English. Listen to English every day. You've probably heard this recommendation many times. Listen to more English. Say textbooks, teachers, and online resources. But why is it so important? And how can you make it a beneficial daily habit, rather than just another task in your already busy schedule? Today, we will thoroughly analyze this question, support it with interesting examples, and, of course, offer practical tips that will help you incorporate daily English listening into your life. Imagine a building you are constructing. Each brick is a new word, a new grammatical structure, a new understanding of language nuances. But what is the cement that holds all these elements together, making your English proficiency solid and reliable? It's immersion in the language environment. And one of the most accessible and effective ways to create this environment, wherever you are, is listening to English every day. So, why is it so important to listen to English every day? There are several compelling reasons for this. 1. Developing listening comprehension skills. This may seem obvious, but regular listening trains your ear to recognize the sounds of English speech, intonation, rhythm, and stress. In the initial stages, it might seem difficult, with words blending into an incomprehensible jumble. But with each day, your brain will become better and better at picking out individual words and phrases, distinguishing accents, and understanding the overall meaning of what is being said. It's like muscle training. The more you train, the stronger they become. Your linguistic ear also requires constant practice. 2. Expanding vocabulary acquisition. By listening to English in context, you don't just memorize individual words. You understand how they are used in real situations. You hear collocations, words that often go together, idioms, expressions with figurative meanings, and phrasal verbs, verbs combined with prepositions or adverbs in their natural environment. This is much more effective than simply rote learning lists of words. When you hear a new word in an interesting context, the likelihood of you remembering it and being able to use it in the future increases significantly. 3. Improving pronunciation. By listening to native speakers, you involuntarily begin to imitate their pronunciation, intonation, and rhythm of speech. Your speech apparatus gets used to new sounds, and over time, your own pronunciation becomes more natural and understandable to English speakers. Pay attention to how native speakers pronounce individual sounds, how they link words in sentences, and where they place stress. These are subtleties that are difficult to learn solely from textbooks. 4. Understanding grammatical structures. By listening to how native speakers construct sentences, you subconsciously absorb grammatical rules and structures. You start to feel what sounds correct, even if you can't explain it grammatically. This intuitive understanding of grammar comes with the experience of regular listening. 5. Immersing yourself in cultural context. Language does not exist in a vacuum. It is closely linked to the culture of the people who speak it. By listening to podcasts, radio, music, or watching movies and series in English, you are not only learning the language but also getting acquainted with the lifestyle, humor, traditions, and values of English-speaking countries. This makes the learning process more lively and interesting. 6. Boosting motivation. When you start to understand English speech, even a little, it is incredibly motivating. You see your progress. You feel that your efforts are not in vain. This inspires you to continue learning and moving forward. Success, even small success, breeds the desire to move further. Real-life examples and stories. Let's look at some examples of how listening to English every day can help in various situations. Imagine you are traveling in an English-speaking country. Thanks to listening to travel podcasts every day, You can easily understand announcements at the airport, ask locals for directions, and order food in a cafe. Or, you are watching an interesting TV series in English. At first, you have to use subtitles. But over time, you notice that you understand more and more without them. You catch jokes and cultural references that you previously missed. Consider this story. Sarah, beginner in learning English, felt very insecure. She was afraid to speak because she had difficulty understanding spoken English. Her teacher advised her to listen to short English news, broadcasts and children's stories every day. After a few months, Sarah noticed that it became much easier for her to understand speech, and her own speech became more fluent and confident. How to make listening to English a daily habit. Now, the most important question. How do you incorporate daily English listening into your routine? Here are some practical tips. 1. Start small. Don't try to immediately listen to our long lectures or complex podcasts. Start with 5-10 minutes a day. This could be a short news segment, an English song, or a small excerpt from an audiobook. The key is regularity. 2. Make it part of your routine. Link listening to English to an everyday activity. For example, listen to a podcast during your morning exercise, on your way to work or school, while cooking, or before bed. 3. Choose interesting content. Listen to what genuinely interests you. This could be news, podcasts on your favorite topics, sports, movies, science, technology, audiobooks in a genre you enjoy, English music, or even English ASMR videos. When you are interested, the learning process becomes more enjoyable and less of a burden. 4. Use a variety of resources. Don't limit yourself to one type of content. Alternate between podcasts, music, audiobooks, radio broadcasts, short YouTube videos. This will help you get used to different accents, speaking styles, and topics. 5. Listen actively, not passively. Don't just turn on English in the background. Try to concentrate on what you are hearing. Try to catch key words and the overall meaning. If possible, follow along with the text. For example, when listening to a song or a podcast with a transcript. 6. Don't be afraid to re-listen. If you don't understand something, don't hesitate to rewind and listen to that part again. Sometimes, hearing a word or phrase several times is enough to understand its meaning. 7. Utilize technology. There are many apps and online resources that can help you learn English through listening. These include podcast aggregators, language learning apps with audio materials, YouTube channels with educational videos, and more. 8. Gradually increase complexity. As your understanding level grows, move on to more complex content. If you initially listen to children's stories, try switching to news reports or interviews. 9. Don't get discouraged if you don't understand everything in the initial stages. This is perfectly normal. The main thing is not to give up and to continue listening. Over time, you will understand more and more. 10. Practice speaking based on what you hear. Try repeating after the speaker, retelling what you heard in your own words, or discussing the topics you listened to with other learners or native speakers. This will help solidify the knowledge you've gained and improve your speaking skills. That's why on our channel, we create engaging stories in English for you. By listening to our stories, you not only immerse yourself in a captivating plot, but also train your listening skills, expand your vocabulary, and get used to natural English speech. We strive to select stories with diverse vocabulary and grammatical structures to make your learning as effective and interesting as possible. So, friends, remember, listening to English every day is not just a recommendation. It's an investment in your future language proficiency. Start small today, it your daily habit, and you will definitely see progress. And to help you with this, I suggest you choose one of our previous stories right now and listen to it again. paying special attention to pronunciation and intonation, or wait for our next episode, where a new, exciting story awaits you, which will help you take another step closer to fluent English. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss new episodes and helpful English learning tips. Like this video if it was helpful for you, and share it with friends who are also learning English. Conclusion: believe in yourself, be persistent, and remember, every sound of English speech you listen to brings you closer to your goal. Listen to English every day, and your success is just around the corner. See you soon in the next video. Good luck with your English learning.